Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A day of tension in Lansing as armed protesters try to influence a big decision about the governor's powers. We'll get to the power struggle in Lansing in a live report coming up in just a moment.
But first, a glance at the day's coronavirus headlines. Today's numbers from the state: 980 new cases, pushing the total to 41,379, as well as 119 new deaths. We've now lost nearly 3,800 Michiganders to COVID-19.
Attorney General Dana Nessel says her office is going to investigate the decision to grant a contract to a contact tracing company with Democratic Party ties. Governor Whitmer canceled that contract after concerns were raised about it, but says the decision was made by Health and Human Services with no political motive. We'll see what the AG has to say.
Meanwhile, the standoff in Lansing continues tonight.
Take a look at the scene as the governor asked the legislature to extend her state of emergency. The legislature said no today. That comes after the governor refused to negotiate a quicker state reopening.
So now what? For some answers, we turn to Local 4's Rod Maloney, who's been in the middle of a very wild and interesting day, to say the least, Rod.
Yeah, it has. And the next is probably a courtroom, I'll tell you that. But in the interim, it was a loud, sizable protest here today in a driving rain, which may have sent them indoors. And when they got there, they were very loud. We'll show you that here in a second. The House did its business, already adjourned for the day. But the Senate just took up, just a couple of minutes ago, the bills that the House had sent over. The completely drenched crowd of several hundred parked itself outside the second-floor House chambers, loudly demanding to be allowed in. But the gallery's on the third floor and for social distancing close to the public, so there they stood until long after the session ended. When the House finally got down to business, it wanted to send some messages to the governor, first by passing Senate bills limiting her emergency powers. She's promising a veto. Then it passed select bills codifying executive orders already in place to prevent disruptions, then gave the Speaker permission to go after the governor legally.
We extended our hand in partnership to the governor, but should she not accept that and overstep her constitutional bounds, we also authorized myself on behalf of the House of Representatives to file a lawsuit. And we have three branches of government here in Michigan. We have the executive, the judicial, and the legislative, and this may have to be settled in court.
Then the House adjourned, taking no action on the state of emergency, which means it will expire at midnight tonight. Now, just a few minutes ago, I did call the governor's office to see if they had anything new to say. They have nothing to add. The governor will be holding a presser probably tomorrow. We'll probably get more from her then. But it is an interesting situation because she did ask for the extension. And now, if she were to go ahead and order a new state of emergency, that could definitely put this thing in court pretty quickly. It won't go to the Supreme Court right away. It would have to go to a lower court, which would extend the time that it would take to get this thing resolved. Back to you.
Yeah, well, Rod, what was the holdup for the Senate this afternoon?
Well, what apparently happened was the House took all of, the bills that they did that would sort of keep the executive orders that the governor had in place and put them lump them into one bill. And then they sent that over to the Senate, and then they did some sort of work on that to put it together into one package. And as it stands right now, the Democratic leadership, the minority leadership, has been complaining about that. They don't like it, and that's what we've been hearing on the Senate TV here just over the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, certainly an interesting day. Okay, Rod, thanks.
We are now learning of a second instance of a hospital apparently losing the personal belongings of someone who died from COVID-19.
This new case at DMC Harper Hospital comes on the heels of a similar complaint from the family of a man who died at Sinai Grace. Sean Lay reports another family is going through quite an ordeal to track down those belongings as they grieve the loss of their loved one.
Every family that has lost a loved one to COVID-19 has a story to tell. One story that we continue to hear is that some hospitals are losing their loved one's personal possessions.
Just by looking at her photos, you can tell Chantel Mathis was such a kind soul. She was only 46 and was a home health care worker. Her sister, Kina, thinks Mathis caught coronavirus when she was caring for someone else. She went to the DMC's Harper University Hospital on March 21st.
The last text message I got from her, she said that they were going to put her in the ICU so they can keep a closer eye on her, and that's when no one else heard from her after the 24th.
Sister Keena Williams got the call March 31st that Chantel died at the hospital. While dealing with her death, Williams says she is also dealing with the unexpected stress that the hospital says her sister's personal belongings, cash, jewelry, iPhone, credit card, bank cards, and car keys, were handed over to the funeral home. The funeral home says just her remains were handed over.
I talked to a lieutenant, and he said there was no property log listed. I'm like, well, she had no property. How did her truck was still parked in the structure. I had to pay a locksmith to make a new key so we could get her truck off of their property.
That's right. Williams says she had to pay $175 to have a key made for her sister's vehicle to get the vehicle out of the hospital's parking structure.
I want them to explain to me where her stuff is. You know, it has more of a sentimental value to us than, anything else.
Now, to complicate things in trying to track down her sister's personal possessions, Keenan Williams, who we just spoke with, she's also now battling coronavirus. In Detroit, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean, we received a statement from the DMC regarding this ongoing issue, and it reads, hospitals in Metro Detroit have faced unprecedented challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The demand for care during this crisis has put a strain on hospital resources and in some instances has created issues related to patient belongings. We are working with the family to resolve any issue with their loved one's belongings. Our sympathies go out to the Mathis family for the loss of their loved one.
Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan today expressed optimism about the growing number of open hospital beds in the city and the lower number of COVID-19 cases.
But he's concerned that many Detroiters have been avoiding their regular doctor visits with sometimes deadly results.
You need to get to your doctor if you've got the chronic conditions, whether it's kidney or asthma or heart, high blood pressure, things that you day in and day out need to maintain. It's time to call your doctor and start to get the treatments again. Commissioner Eric Jones tells me that we have a rise in the number of people who, when the EMS arrives, are people who are dead on site, who have nothing to do with COVID-19. Now, at some point, the doctors will analyze this, but I suspect we have people who are deferring their other health care needs in this city.
Mayor Duggan also announced a major donation of PPE to local hospitals.
The Detroit Pistons and Brooklyn Nets teaming up to deliver 350,000 N95 masks and 100,000 medical goggles.
New unemployment numbers released today reveal just how severe the financial impact of COVID-19 is across the country and here at home. And many here in our area still having issues getting online to file. Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester live with more on this. Hank, so many are hurting, and this just continues to be such a frustrating issue for so many, too many people.
Yeah, Devin, it is a huge problem, not only here in Detroit, but obviously all over the country. The numbers released today are stunning. And here in Michigan, the focus has to be getting help to those who need it most. The numbers just out today are staggering. The number of Americans filing for unemployment, a record. 3.8 million filed just last week, about 31 million since the stay-at-home orders were put in place across the country. It's been a challenge for people all over, and right here in Detroit.
You don't get no luck at all. You don't get no luck on the chat. You don't get no luck calling in. Cannot get through. You always get knocked off.
The main problem I'm seeing here in Michigan, getting online to file. The system has been overwhelmed and the phones have been jammed.
I get into the voice response unit in the department, but then it disconnects.
Here in Michigan, more than 1.2 million have filed for unemployment, and that number is growing daily. I'm working to help get you the answers you need directly from the Unemployment Insurance Agency.
What do you say to those people who, rightfully so, are incredibly frustrated?
I say, please bear with us. The Unemployment Insurance Agency is committed to making sure that everybody that is eligible, every eligible worker in Michigan, everybody that could potentially have any type of benefits paid out to them will receive them.
But the reality is, unfortunately, many people here in the state of Michigan are still struggling, still trying to get those benefits, and we've been fielding your calls and your emails, so we want to offer help to you. Here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock on the Local 4 Facebook page, also at clickondetroit.com, an opportunity for you to get your questions answered directly from the Unemployment Insurance Agency. Join us live tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Facebook Live on the Local 4 page and also at clickondetroit.com. Submit your questions there live. We'll work to get the answers that you need. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank.
Got to believe that is going to be busy tomorrow. All right, Hank.
Well, we know nursing homes have been among the hardest hit places during this pandemic, and that was the focus today in Oakland County as leaders there unveiled new plans to address that part of the problem. As Larry Spruill explains, the focus is on testing.
The coronavirus is also hitting Oakland County hard when it comes to the number of cases and deaths, especially inside nursing homes.
As of yesterday, we know that we have 137 senior living facilities that have been impacted by COVID-19. And across these facilities, there's been 1,377 reported cases among those residents. 373 additional cases among staff members, and unfortunately 346 have resulted in a fatality.
It's some hard facts and numbers to digest here in Oakland County. Thursday, Oakland County Director of Health and Human Services Department Kathy Forsley released the numbers of COVID-19 deaths and cases inside nursing homes. But the numbers of COVID-19 cases don't stop there. Oakland County Executive Director David Coulter showed us the numbers across the county.
Oakland County had 7,174 confirmed coronavirus cases in our county. Unfortunately, these cases have resulted in 669 deaths across our county. 2,977 individuals, however, have recovered from the illness, and that means that they have been symptom-free for 30 days since the onset of their symptoms. So good news there.
Coulter says there are plans of increasing testing across the area.
We're moving our drive-through testing around the county now. Starting today, we're also doing drive-through testing in Southfield, and by next week, we're going to be moving that drive-through testing around to Pontiac, Southfield, and Novi.
Reporting in Oakland County, Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, Larry. Well, someone keeps flipping the sun's light switch. Ben?
I'm going to go find out where the plug is and make sure it's all connected. It will be by tomorrow, but not so much tonight. We've got rain on the way through the rest of the evening. We'll look at that in the weekend temperatures next.
Okay, Ben, the pandemic has put life-saving transplants on hold. Up next, one woman's story and what you can do right now from your home to help keep hope.